So very good evening to all. I think the only three is there. So I was waiting for one more minute. Okay, I think so. Busy with other schedule. Fine. So as per it's going to be a recording, so let them see later. So very good evening, guys. Hope it is audible. Fine. Okay. So yesterday we are discussing about the completely based on the macro, so how to visualize the data, and we are trying to do it now. Based on this scenario, how to continue. So yesterday we have discussed about one by one topic. I'll try to share my screen. Yes. So hope screen is visible. Yes. So these are the topics which I gave you to clear. So most important thing is, so yesterday we discussed about go with how to go with a specific grid line based on the x and the y alone. So if you want to go only with the row wise and the column wise, how to draw the line based on the x and the y axis we have discussed. And set the line property for the grid. So what kind of property you want, like a dotted line or a dash line. So we have discussed about it. And subplot. So if you have any diagram based on the section wise, I said you, so or department wise. So yesterday we have taken one example called as a CS department and mechanical. So these two ratio have to find it. So for that we can go with a subplot. And how to give a title, and for that title how to give a super title also we have discussed, and we have started what is matplotlib scatter. So nothing but everywhere you'll be having a dot 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 dot. That's going to be a scatter plot piece to tell here, and bar chart. So based on the bar chart, we have started on many things we have discussed about here. So bar chart and horizontal wise also we have discussed, and how to change the bar color also we have discussed. So remaining thing is going to be how to go with a histogram, how to pin it, and last is going to be a pie chart and how to explode and how to use the legend. Yesterday we have discussed about already with the legend. So today again we'll go with the legend because we can go with a scenario wise. So what kind of diagrammatic representation you are going to present there? So that scenario I have to type it. That is going to be the legend. So now we have discussed already up to, so this is going to be the subplot. As we can see here. So for the subplot, we are giving the title, and for the title, we are giving the super title. And same thing for the and how to train the model, how to validate, and how to test it. We have discussed two floating point. We are trying to go with a scatter plot and a bar chart. Here we have started. Okay. And most important thing, based on the bar chart, you have to first find what you have to use a method name called as a bar. So for the bar, so inside the bar you will be having n number of parameters. So we have taken a two. This is nothing but y position and the x position. So x tick is nothing but in the bottom of that I need a name. So like you can see your name. So Python, R, Java, C, and Ruby is there. So if you want to give that name, and I can go with a x tick, and you can pass your position and what is your value you want to give, I can give it. So X label is nothing but this language is going to be the label. So for the X axis, you are giving some label. So for that label you're giving, it is going to be what kind of name you want to print. Same thing for the Y. So for the Y label, we are given as a registration count. So what is going to be registration count? So how many people has been taken for this pre session, and how many people has been taken for the register people. So finally, we have discussed about it. And for this, I'm giving a title called as Inspire Intern Badge. So, and for that, we can see here, if you want to use a legend also we have used here. And if you want to compare, so this is going to be the awesome representation we can tell here. So how many have been registered more than 80, but how many has been registered exactly like more than 40 or below 60 we can tell. So same thing for the R. So it shows data very uniquely, and as well as easily we can figure out what is the count. So between what and what. And here itself we have mentioned this build block is because if you are not using this legend, So you will not be knowing, those who are seeing only this image, they'll not be knowing this blue belongs to what and this orange belongs to what category. So we are mentioning here this blue bar belongs to the registration count, and paid count is going to be the orange color. So this shows the standard pictorial representation. So if you want to display with a horizontal base also, if it is a vertical, we'll go with a width. So we have discussed already, width is going to be 4, and here also we're giving us a 0.4. So if it is a height, we'll give, sorry, if it is a horizontal wise means we'll be using a height. So this is what the changes you have to make, and inside the label, whatever you want to give, you can give. So here you are giving the position, so -5, hope we know it, why we are giving as a 0.5. Same thing here, why I'm giving as a 0.1, we know already. So this is nothing but to make this position. So these two are which, if you are not giving anything, this both will be like a overwritten. So in place of overwriting, I'm making some few difference by giving some position front and back. So alignment we can tell. Same thing for the width and what kind of label you want to give. And if you want to pass the color also, here by default it is giving this color. If you want to modify the color also, inside this you have a option called as parameter called as the color. For that you can give the color. Okay. So this code, I think so I have shared already, but even though no issue, to continue, we'll use this. I have this code with you. And hope we know that today is going to be the final day, and I'll try to share all this material IPOMB file to you. So from there you can take it, and it should open only with help of Jupyter Notebook so that you can edit. Okay? Or if you need like a PDF format, let me know so I can download it as a PDF and I'll share you as a PDF. Or I'll do one thing, I'll give both. So for the PDF also I'll give you to learn from the pandas, numpy, everything, and I'll give you the IPOMB file so that you can edit and here you can learn. Now, what is next? So this is about the bar, and yesterday, I think so. Okay, sorry, just I got disconnected. Okay, so now yesterday Maharajan sir was asking like, so if it is a CSV file is given, so based on the CSV file, how to draw the bar chart. So that is the last question I was sir was asking. So I said that today we'll do it. So from there we'll complete that topic so that it will be easy to go with our next topic. So now you have Excel sheet. Based on that Excel sheet, how to draw the figure. So like that kind of things we'll discuss. Okay, subdivided. Okay, I should repeat it. Okay, no user. Okay, I'll note this point. I'll repeat for sure. I think so you're asking about that scattered subdivided bar chart. So two chart will be there. I'll try to divide. I'll show you that one more time. Okay. So fine. So now we have discussed about the pandas. What is pandas? So we know how to filter the panda very easily and how to read it also we know very clearly. Now what is the concern? Based on your CSV file, we have to draw the bar chart. Yeah. So because up to now, what are the things we have discussed? We are giving the value like a Python, R, Java, like we are giving the value, so no issue. So how to filter that from the outside? Okay. So that we'll discuss. So up to here we have ended yesterday. So how to print the horizontal wise also we are able to print only because of a reason. We are changing this as a height. So height and height. Okay. Now we'll go with the CSV file. So now just tell me how to load the CSV file. For the CSV file, what module we have to give? So we have to go with the pandas first, right? So import pandas as PD. Yeah, because based on PD only we have in the pandas only we have data frame and the series. So I have to take that data frame. So for the data frame, we need to go with the pandas. Now, then I am using matplotlib, so I'll be going with the import. Happen any doubt? So please mute yourself. So now, based on the matplot, so because matplotlib only we are using to represent the diagram. So I have to float it. So I'll be using a dot pyfloat as PLT. So fine. So these are the two things we are using. Now we have to load my CSV file. So what is my CSV file which I showed you already, that is pandas ds. So we'll go here only. So name is given, inspire is given, so etc etc. So here I have to load based on the age wise or a salary wise or the mark wise. You have to draw the chart. Yeah. So how to do it? So now I'll go with the data. Data is equal to pd dot read underscore CSV file. I think skills are not muted. Magarajun sir, are you there? So kindly mute yourself. Yeah, fine. So now I have to load my read underscore CSV. So what is my file name? My file name is going to be pandas ds. I'll give as a pandas. Here we have my ds. I'll take my CSV file. I have read it. Now if I want to print my data, you can see here I got my data. This is my table. Yeah, this is going to be my figure out. So through this figure out, I have to implement the bar chart. So now how to do that? So very simple way. So whatever you're telling, so try to make it as a data frame. So whatever you're storing there, so make it as a data frame. So based on data frame, I can filter easily. So now df is equal to, I'll make as pd dot data frame. So because it is a completely, we can tell pandas ds.csv file has number of rows and number of columns. So I have to filter everything. So for that we have a, we have to go with the data frame of what? My data. Yeah, done. So now if you're printing df also, I can get the output. No issue. So we got the output which we are discussed and we know already about the pandas. Now, what is next? Now we have to float it. So now how to float? Suppose I'm using the general like a PLP. So PLP I'm using. So PLP dot bar. Okay. So I'm giving as a DF. So can I get the output like this? No, because DF is nothing but collection of data, right? So how can I draw the figure for every column and the every row? Not possible. So that is going to be the full and full. It's like a mixed up will be there. So it's like kind of we can tell as a measure data will be there. I don't want in such way. I need to align it properly based on the age wise or a mark wise or a salary wise. I have to predict with the name. So now my name, because in the bar chart we know that very clearly with the help of the name only we are figure outing. So this course is going to be Python course and registration is going to be this much and the paid is going to be this much. So this reference is needed, right? So now I have to take that reference. So now from this table, just observe this table, my reference is going to be name I'm keeping. Okay, now how to keep that reference as a name? So before drawing the bar, I have to make it as df of how to filter the column alone. Anyone? How to filter that single column? Have to print only that name alone. How to print? By using pandas. So people are there. Sarvesh, Stephen, Malini, Maharajan sir. How to in the pandas? We'll be having data frame. I don't want the entire data frame. I need only one particular column. How to bring that? In pandas, I'm asking. What happened? Just nothing, but you have to give that column name, right? What is there? Just give the column name. So what is my column name? Name is my column name. So just print only X. I can see here, I can print only the X. You're able to print this call as a data frame. From the data frame, I'm printing the series alone. So suppose if you want to print the user, print my X value, and if you want to find the type of this, so print type of X. You can see it is going to be series. So from the data frame, we are filtering only the one column. So that is going to be series, which we know already. So now I have filtered the one column that everything should be act as a X and Y. Okay. So in place of going with a df, we can go with a log. So I have to go with the log method. So we have discussed about the ilog and the log. So I'll go with the data frame dot ilog index log. Which index should I log? Select all the row and choose only the fourth column. So what is my fourth column? Just read it. So name is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth column is going to be age. So based on the age, so this person, a person age is going to be 32. This person's age is going to be 25. So we have to draw the bar chart for it. So now that is what our task. So now I have filtered. Either you can go through this way or directly can write like this. Y is equal to df of. So what I have to filter? I have to filter the age, right? You can give like this also. Either you can use this or use this, but better go with ilog so that you can log as much you are using. Okay. So now this before the comma is going to be entire row. After the comma is going to be the which column you are choosing. Okay, I need my entire row, right? So I'm choosing like a starting also empty and ending also empty. So which means for it will select all the rows and all the columns. I mean all the row. In that all the row, I'll be choosing only one column called as a fourth column. Age alone will be filtered. Now we can go with the bar float. So plt dot bar plt dot bar. So now I'll go with the x value comma y value. So now if I'm giving x comma y value, you can see I have drawn. I have floated. And if you want to show, so I'll show that plt dot show. And here I have showed. So from age, from where it is starting, you can see the age which start with a, you can go with a 20, minimum 20. So 20, then it's going to be 25, 28, 31, and 32. So highest is going to be 32 here, and lowest is going to be starting from 0. And you can see the name here. So what are the Excel name is there? You can see that is here I am myself and Saurav, Rahul, etc. is there. All the name has been printed here. Okay. Now you can see that, sir, why it is not clear? So we are not able to read it. Right? This is how, like, can you give the same data to the client? Will someone will read your papers? Suppose you're publishing some paper. Can I go with this data and can I put as my paper reference? No, not possible. If you want to open in the new tab also, if you're opening, for sure you'll be getting in the same format. You can see here that is not possible. You can see here Param is G. So where is that G? Saurav is there. After Saurav, what is it? So can you read that Ragul? No. Nilesh also not properly visible. Nikita is fine to read. So this should be like this. Yeah. So whatever name you give, I should print it properly. So how to print that? So that also I'll tell you how to do it. And before that, if you want to give some label, so this belongs to the name and this belongs to the age. If you want to write as a X label and the Y label also, we'll do it. So now, first of all, we'll go with the step by step. So in here, I'll try to give some color. So in the bar, this blue color I don't want. I need something like orange. So color is equal to, I'll keep as orange. So I can get in the orange type. So now, fine. So now I have to go with the width size. So width size, I feel like it is like a very big. I'll try to change my width size to 0.5. So it has been updated. So after updating, now it looks like visible to eyes and everything is clear. So now next is nothing but I have to use something called as a title. So before showing, I have to use a title. So PLT dot, I have to go with the title. So make it as a title. We know the purpose of title. So title I'm giving as a employee details. I'll give as a details, and this detail I'll be getting as a title here. So we got it. And this title, if you want to increase the size, we have discussed how to increase the size. And if you want to give the color also, you can give the color. Suppose I need it in the red color. So sorry, red color, it should be like smaller. So you can see here it has been changed to the red color. Yeah. Now what is next? So now we have to give for the X bar and the Y bar. Sorry, mean for the bar based on the label. So I have to go with the PLT dot. For the X bar and the Y bar, we have to give some label. So for in the bar, we have a parameter called as, or sorry, method called as a X label. So I'll go with the X label. For X label, what name should I give? I should give as a, here what we have employee name, right? So I'll give as a employee name. Okay, so that should be in the, or meaning for some color should be there. By default, you'll be getting, I think so, black you'll be getting. So I'll check. So okay, it happens. So we used to do that. Okay, so fine. You can see here employee name. So now there is no difference itself. So this names also, employee name also printing in the black color, and this also printing in the black color. So it's not like properly visible, and it's going to be a very difficult task to understand also. So now if you want to change the color, so I'll change the color to, I'll give as suppose blue color. I'll give as a better blue is fine. I'll give as a blue. So I'll give as a blue. So you can see here it is in the blue color. Now it is fine, clear to see it. Now what is next? Same thing for the Y label you have to give. Same thing I'll type in place of employee name. I have to give the employee age, because age is displaying one by one. I'll give as a age of the employee, and that also should be in the blue color. So I'll give as a Y label. So you can see here it is going to be employee age, and here we have employee name. So hope you're getting one by one, step by step we are moving. Just listen, just one is sufficient to understand how to work with our CSV file. So now we have worked it. Now what is next? Is something is pending? Still something is pending, right, in this part. So now my graph is properly, bar is properly visible, and label is properly visible, title is visible. But think about this name. Why so it's like this? So can I change my format, or can I do some other changes? So very simple for this kind of stuff. Nothing but yesterday we had discussed about the X-stick. So that is going to be the biggest advantage we have when you're going with a data visualization. So X-stick will rotate your character, whatever word you give, it will rotate like as you wish. Comfortable will be there. That flexibilities you'll be having. So for that you have to go with the dot plt dot x fix. Okay, so yet fix is nothing but it will mean for this Paramahansa, Saurav and Bhushan, etc. So these are the, in this X stick I have to do what? I have to rotate it. So I'll be using a, for inside this X stick you can see here many parameters will be there. Okay, so in this parameter I have to go with a, I think so. Yeah, so it is there. So a range. So in place of a range, I can go with a rotate. So I don't want to give any range. I'll use a rotate part. So how to do the rotation? Fine. So just like you want to do like a, do the rotation for the, for 25 or a 30 or 40, you can give. Now suppose I have to rotate my word. So what are the name is given here? I have to rotate for 25. Suppose if I'm giving us 25, you can see here what is the awesome thing is displaying. So this completely belongs to whom? This person, this person, and this person. And if you want to slightly, if you want to change also, you can better look, we can give as a 15. So 15 completely works. So now if you're giving this chart in the new, or if you're saving it, I can read compared to this one. See here how it is displaying compared to this, but this is going to be awesome. Can we see easily? So this age, this person age is going to be more than 30. His age is going to be exactly 25 points. Sir, Rahul is going to be more than 25. So Nilesh is going to be below 20. So Nikita is going to be above 25, below 30. So we are able to figure out easily. And here if you want to use a grid also, you can use. Yeah, but don't want to use grid. Easily it is visible, and because age is displayed. Yeah. This is how the float will work. Same thing, whatever changes you want to do, just explore more. Many advantage also is there. So you can explore more one by one. Suppose if you want to change the color, or if you want to change this, change the color. So color I should give as a yellow color. I'll mean for the yellow. You can see it has been changed to the yellow color. Whatever color you want, you can give. Suppose I need in the black, sorry, it is blue color. So just give as a black, so that will take. So you can take, see here, black color. So by default, black only. If you want to change, it's up to you. You can do it. Okay. So X stick is going to be the major thing. So suppose if you want to rotate for 75 also, you can do the rotation. Like this also possible. So hope you have seen these kind of stuffs many wherein you're going with a research oriented part. So minimum 25 is sufficient to give a proper rotation, so that there will not be having any problem like this what you're facing already. So we are not able to read what is the proper data what you mentioned, but here it is proper. Okay. So simple and cool, and it is easy to understand. Yeah, so just implement it. Okay, just explore more one by one. Okay, so this is what the doubt asked by the Magarajan sir. So hope it is clear now, sir. So nothing but CSV file you said, so it has been loaded, and slowly we are trying to print, and more are there. What we discussed less only. So but we have more, many methods are there. So if you want to explore more, please go with the pandas and macrolib documentation. Everything are there, and if you start learning also, we cannot learn everything, because as a human, we know very clearly we cannot remember every time. So according to your project, or according to your research paper, what is going to be the best usage, use that sufficient. So slowly try to use it, so you'll be getting into that category. Now we'll go with the next one, that is going to be.
Sir, thank you, sir. But I'm getting error. Data frame is not callable.
Data frame is not callable. Yeah, sir, you can give as a, because pd dot data frame, you have to give this data type same, sir. Just copy and paste same. Others, are you getting? Sarvesh, Malini, did you compile and check? Is it working? Because already we have pandas DS, already you have. Yogesh also joined. Stephen sir. Those who got this output, can you put yes in the chat? Like everything is working, sir. I got and I understood how does it works based on the CSV file. Okay, past 2 days you're not able to do it. Okay, fine. So I think so. Stephen sir got it. Okay, fine. What about Malini and Yogesh? Magaran sir, you is that sorted?
No, sir, I'm stuck there.
Okay, no issues. Do one thing. Just just put in a hold. Last before the ending, you can share your screen. I'll check what has happened over there.
Okay.
Okay, do it later, no issue. But it will work. So just type as it is and code. Don't want to do any changes. It will work for sure. Fine. We'll close the tabs. Okay. So next we'll go with the same thing. We are going with a bar chart, right? So if you want to go with a histogram, or if you want to go with a eye chart, yes, it is going to be works fine. So now we'll go with the first thing. We'll go with the pie chart. So we'll go with the pie chart. So fine. So we know what is pie chart, right? So it's like visible of that round circle will be there. So category wise you'll be choosing. Very simple to tell. And now same thing, we'll be using a numpy. So we are importing everything based on the numpy, based on the pandas, and based on matplotlib. So now we are using a numpy. So let this line be, no issue. We don't like what's up. I'll use a numpy as np. Okay, clear. Now I'll be giving my dimensional wise one by one. So y value, so y is equal to np dot array, and I'm giving some set of values like 15, 22, 45, 12, and 90 in place of, okay, I'll give as of 50. Any values, fine. Yeah, so now I'll have to give some label for it. So now suppose you're using a pi. So for the pi, so for the bar, we are using a plt.bar bar we are using. So in place of plt.bar, we'll be using a pie chart. So now you can see the pie chart. 1 second, yeah. So now based on this data science view, so now first we have to go with the pi. So I'll go with the plt dot. Here we are going with a bar. Suppose you're giving as a bar. So I'll be getting a bar. So if we have recorded two parameters, so we know that. So y comma. If I'm giving as a y also, it won't work because we need at least one value, and what is that height is needed. So height value, suppose you're passing some height value. Just suppose h is equal to, giving us 1 comma 2 comma some value are giving. Okay. So now I'm able to predict that, because okay, fine, it requires one height because we cannot pass like this. We need a default two parameters needed. So now if you go with a pie chart, just sufficient with a one value. So just give a pie. So give pie. Okay. Now we can see here it has been brought me diagram. So now if you want to show it, I'll go with the plt dot show. You can see here it has been drawn, and this is going to be a default. Okay, so that will give some color like this, and you can see some values here. So we are given 50, right? It is occupying 50. Suppose you are given here 100 or 500 or 550. You can see here this entire belongs to the 550. Remaining small things is covered with a 40, 45, 12, and 15, etc. Yeah. So just we'll go with the 50, so that looks fine. Now next we have to give some value for this, or like suppose you want to give some this orange color belongs to which department, this blue belongs to what, violet belongs to what, red and green belongs to what. So if you want to give, so we have to pass some labels for that. So there you are passing X label and the Y label in the bar. Same thing here, we have to give some label. So I'll be going with a my label. As of now, I'll post this answer in the chat. Just compare what is happening. If you're not able to implement immediately, no issue. Observe. Okay, next I'll go with a label part. So to give some name for that color, we cannot find it what kind of this belongs to. I'll give as a my label. Labels equal to, and I'll give some same thing like a department wise, BTech wise I'll go. So first belongs to ECE or a CSE or a double E or a triple E. So whatever you might want to mention, it's up to you. You can give. So next is going to be a triple E. Next I'll give as a double. Okay. So now you can see here, same thing, same output. There is no much changes. There is no change itself. Same. Why this ESE and double triple is not working here? So we are not passing inside this pi. So we have to pass this pi. So inside the pi, what else we have? I'll show you. You can see here, these are the parameters. So we'll discuss about the X, which we know already. Next, explore, for sure I'll teach you. Now we are going with the labels and color, auto, PCT. So this is nothing but you're going with a what color you want. Okay. Next, same thing for the distance. So even for the shadow, we can take and label distance, what distance you want to give. So many things are there one by one. If you're scoring, you'll be having that. All the stuff will be there. So and based on this, we'll not discuss everything, but most of the thing which we need to go with a project wise or a paper wise, we can discuss that. So inside this, I'll be passing the label. So my label, I'll be passing that my label. Now can I get the output? No, we'll be seeing the error. Why error? Can't multiply sequence by non-integer of type float. So what does that mean? Nothing but here, if you want to give some label, we have to use the parameter. Here they given as a none, label is equal to none. So here I have to use a label. So label equal to my label. If you're giving, everything works fine. So mechanic is going to be the highest value, and the next is going to be slowly it increases, and final thing is going to be civil. So sorry, civil is going to be the highest 50. So 50 is occupied, and triple E we have a 12. So it is going to be very small. And if you take a CSE, you can see here CSE is going to be 15, and more than that is going to be ECE. So we are able to give the label for it. And if you want to give the color for it also, you can use a parameter called as a color. Suppose I want to give in the blue color, so I'll give as a blue. So it's I think so, unexpected key argument. Why? Okay, we have to give colors. Okay. You can see here color is going to be completely blue. So giving the color. So or I need a black color. So I can give a completely black. Black, 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 black. The black is not there. Okay, so blue is accepting. And suppose I'm giving some code as white. Okay, so it is working. So few that I think so that what are the colors there, that I think that it is working. Now what is next? So based on this color, I don't want to put a color here because it will not give me the much difference. Now we have predicted this. Now we have to predict with some percentage. Or if you want to take a shadow for this, so we'll go with the next parameter called as a shadow. So shadow, by default you'll be having a shadow as false. Your shadow also false. I don't want false, I need a true. So just I'll change shadow and will show you what kind of stuffs will be thrown. If you're zooming clearly, you can see that shadow. Small thing, that there we have a shadow. But if you take this diagram, we don't have that shadow. That shadow we are giving here, but not there. So small shadow is there. So based on this, if it is fine, you can work on. If not, if needed, use it. If not, skip it. So now we have to go with the auto PICT. So sorry, PCT is given. So PCT is nothing but percentage. So it will give you the automatic percentage. So that is what I showed you already. So inside this, just click on this plus. You'll be getting all the details. So if you want to change the explode, I'll tell you, no worries. So label we have discussed, X we have discussed, colors we have discussed. Now we'll go with the auto PCT. So auto PCT is nothing but auto percentage used to tell. So now I have to filter the how many percentage has been scored by the CSE department, ECW, EEE. So I have to go with the percentage wise. So if you want to go with the percentage wise, here I have to use a, so we'll remove the shadow that is not made up for us. So I need to go with a auto percentage. You can see here auto percentage. What kind of auto percentage you want to give? Just tell me what kind of percentage. By default it is you have to calculate. So for the calculating purpose, we'll go with the percentage 0.1. If it is a 5, it's up to you. 5, everything you can give, and you can give a 2%. This is nothing but small thing you have to remember. It is a general code. Okay, so now generally you can write like this. You can give like this, so it will print like this. Or suppose you're giving as a percentage, you can see here it is going to value error. So if you're giving as a 2%, you can see here we'll get the output as 2%. You're getting 111 everywhere percentage, but I need to print what? I need to print some value there. So in the center value, in the place of percentage, you have to give some value. So to how to calculate that CSE belongs to this much of percentage. So by default, you have to go with the F there. Suppose you're giving F here. F also will be like value error. So because F is nothing but what kind of F you're telling, that is going to be the problem. So you have to use percentage 0.1 or a 0.1. Yeah, you can see here it has been calculated exactly. Suppose you are removing 1% here, value error. So it is calculating for this percentage. So you can ask her why you want to give here 2%. One is nothing but if you are giving, if you are removing 1%, here it will print 15.3, 10.4, like that it will be printed, and that shows the error also because you're mentioning with the percentage. So after this 15.3%, 10.4%, and same thing 34.7%, we are printing this. How it is printing based on this 2%. So starting percentage and the ending percentage is mean for you are calculating the percentage. Yeah. And next, so here in place of writing 0.5, suppose can I give a value sorry, 0.1, can I give 0.5? Yes, it's up to you. So how it is calculating? After decimal point, I need only one digit. So in the beginning of the session, or sorry, not in this course, in the when you're going with the FOP, you have discussed one question. I'll show that also here. My A value is going to be, suppose I'm giving, I have to get an input as a float value. So I think so those who are joined the previous batch, you'll be getting this answer. But those are not joined, just remember here what is happening. So print A value. So now, sorry. So when I'm printing this A value, or we have taken many variable as that will give us our X variable. X also we have taken, right? I'll give as a U variable. So I'll restart my kernel as of now. I'll show you what is the main purpose of this, because those who are first time you are seeing this, you'll get confused for sure. And don't think that I'm just typing randomly. So there we have a sense. So meaningful term is there. I'll show you because of what. So now my float value, suppose I'm giving us 12.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I'm giving. Okay. So now I'll be getting output as such. So whatever input I'm giving, I'll be getting the output as it is. But I don't want as it is. Then what you want. So now nothing but if I'm giving an input as 12.12345 6, I need to get an output plus 12.12. That is after decimal point. After this point, I need to get only 2 digit. I'm telling. I don't want all digit. I need to filter only 2 digit. Either you're rounding off or either you're printing same value. It's up to you. But after decimal, I need exactly 2 digit. I'm telling. So how to do that? So for that purpose only, we are going with the next. We are going with a percentage. So we can go with a percentile point to F. I'll give my variable there. So what is my variable? U. Suppose if you are using there. Okay, sorry. So you can see here, suppose 12.12345 6 if I'm giving, you can see the difference. So here if I'm printing U variable, it is printing as it is. I don't want as it is, I need to filter only the first 2 digits. So for printing first 2 digits, I'll go with the 12.12. So 12 means what? I'll be using 0.2F. Floating point, I don't want to take all the floating point, I need only 2 digits. Suppose you want to give 3 digits, it's up to you. So just for getting all the time input from the user, just I'll make this as my input. So I'll give as a 3F. So you can see here, you'll get 3 values, 3 digits. If you want to go with a 1 digit, I'll give 1 digit. If you need a 4 digit, I'll give 0.4. 0.4 is nothing but 0.4 only. The same thing we are applying here. What we are doing, I don't want, after calculating, after the point, I don't want 5 value. I need only one value. So you can see that after that, we're printing 15.3 only. We're not printing all the values. So this auto percentage is nothing but it will calculate the percentage of what value are given here. Yeah. So hope it is clear up to here. I'll share this, and few more things are there to learn. I'll show you one by one. I'll share this code as of now. Remember, up to here, do you have any doubt? If no doubt, just put yes in the chat.
Sir, if the array itself is already in percentages, then how do we do that?
If it is in a percentage, means don't want to use that percentage, or auto percentage, don't want to give. Just give that value inside. Assign that value. Assigning value also fine. You can do it.
Instead of percentages, I want the actual numbers.
Okay, so EC is nothing but 15, and CSE is going to be 22, like that. In place of percent, I need a number. Okay, fine, sir. I'll go with the next block. I'll show you that. That is also simple. In place of auto pick, I'll give that. I'll pass that Y value over. So whatever the array name you're telling, I can give that. I'll tell you. So now same thing. So here, next is nothing but, so if you want to make color changes, or if you want to do the size increasing, whatever you want to do it, yes, we can do it. Now we can go with one more thing called as a radius. So suppose this 10.4 you have to fit in the one center point. So for that we have one more parameter which we have discussed here. We'll discuss about the explode also. Next, I think so we have a radius here. So by default, radius is going to be 1. Okay. So next here I'll give as a radius. So radius equal to 1. I don't want 1. So I don't want 1. I need like a 0.5. So just see the changes. What is happening? My radius, my circle radius is going to be decreased. Same thing if you want to make it as a 0.8, as I can do it. If you want to make it as, by default it gives you the 1. If you want to make it as a 5, is up to you. You can see that it has been given you the. Okay. So that is what, to increase your pie chart you can go like that. So 3 is given here, so don't want to go that much. 1 is sufficient for us. If you want to go with the max, 2 is better to look. So this is sufficient. And same thing, next if you want to choose like who's going to be the topper, that I have to filter outside. So here who's going to be the topper, 34.7. This alone I have to display separately. Like I have to highlight this. How to highlight that? How to highlight it? By using the next parameter. So what is my next parameter? By using first thing, explode. So we have our explode. So by using explode, we can do that. So how to do it? Suppose I can give that value here. Okay. So now I have to explode what? So explode, you have to give some value. So what is my highest value here? My highest value is going to be 50. That you have to explode. So then I can give a parameter called as equal to. So if you want to highlight, you have to pick that value. So if you don't want to highlight, you don't want to pick that value. So now I don't want to pick the first value, second value, third value, fourth value, but I have to filter the last value because 50 is going to be highest. I have to explode that alone. I'll give us a 0.2, 0.2 I'll give. So you can see here, this alone will be filtered out. So this I can tell is going to be the maximum. So civil department is going to be the maximum count. So like this also we can do it. So here given as a 0.2 means all the time it's not 0.2. You can give 0.1 also. You can see the small changes. If you want to pick outside, very much if you want to pick outside, I will go with the 0.5. You can see it, this changes. And if you want to pick the minimum and the maximum, okay. So normally you can find the minimum and the maximum, then you can pass it. Okay, that you can do it. So my minimum is going to be what? So minimum is going to be 12, right? So that alone I'll try to, one more I'll highlight with a that I'll be highlighting with a 0.1. You can see here this has been breakdown. So, or give as a 0.2 so that you can see changes. So my maximum is going to be this and minimum is going to be this. And if you want to give the name of this also, who's going to be maximum, who's going to be minimum also, you can do it easily. So that is again a parameter is there. So slowly, so try to, just going to be the startup I'm giving you. So because again few more things are there to discuss. So as of now, just note it out this point. Remaining we'll discuss. Next, if you want to give like an example, like we have like a legend. So if you want to use the legend in the bar chart, we have used legend. Same thing here also we have an option called as legend. So how to use that legend? So here,
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
yeah, sir.
Sir, instead of doing this minimum, maximum and all manually, can it be done automatically in the program itself?
Yeah, sir.
Like
By
export
using
the
the,
maximum, export the minimum.
yes, sir. By using the max method.
That would be better, no?
Yeah, sir. That's what, like step by step we are moving. So nothing but even we can use like this I'm telling. So suppose 10, 20, we have a 30, 40 and 99 is there. So if you want to print the max, I can go with a max of 8. So max of A is going to be 99. So that 99 I can filter there. That also possible, you can do it. But this is going to be the basic step we are moving. One by one we are moving it. So note it out the point and try to explore, sir. You can do it. Okay. Now next is nothing but if you want to change the color, or next is nothing but we can go with a legend. So if you want to change the color, how to give the color change? This color I don't want. I need to give some as my own color. So we have a parameter called as a color. So in that color, so before that I have to choose a color. For that color I'll use a C. So first I need what color? Suppose I need a B, small b. Next I need in the red color R. Next I need in the yellow. so I'll give as a white. Then I need to give as a green, I'll give as a green. Then I have to give as a black, I'll give as a black. Now, so here I can pass that value. Here I can pass that value, like after this I can give color is equal to, so this is going to be my entire array value. So this array value can pass here, C. So, okay, colors, sorry. So you can see here what are the color I need, I have taken up. So I need first I need a blue color. So CSE is going to be blue color, and EC I need in the red color. It has been red color, and mech I need in the yellow. So I have given as a Y, and triple E should be in the green, and civil should be in the black. So I have picked it. So, and you can see here because of the black, that background is also, it's like a completely black, so that that value percentage is not visible. So accordingly, you can choose your color. What color you want to give? It's up to you only. You can give. Suppose you want a color code also we have. So in place of remembering the color code, better go with as you wish. So what color you want to give, so you can give that. Suppose I want to give as a dark green. You can see here dark green. I think, so hope it is, you can see some changes. These two are not same. These are the different changes, like a dark green or a green, like you can fix it. So now how to apply the legend over here? So legend is nothing but same thing will be following. So in place of giving all those stuff, just we'll try to move ahead. Don't confuse why we are using pandas. Pandas is not needed. Now here, so already we have given some department. I'll take that department already, which we have given my label. So same thing. So here inside my file, so PLT, that is PLT dot py is my function name. So inside this py, I'll try to give my y value, comma labels. Label is equal to my label, or my labels. Then PLT dot legend. I'll be using a legend. So now if you're using the legend, automatically I can tell that what are the value you're trying to give, I can figure out it. So PLT dot, I'll try to give a show. And see here automatically has been shifted. So CSE is going to be blue color, EC is going to be this particular, it has been displayed. And for this, if you want to give a title, so because this everything belongs to what criteria, or belongs to what course. So for that, it is completely all the courses belongs to the beta. So I'll put out in the legend itself, I'll put a parameter called as a title. I'll give as a title. So title is equal to, I'll give as a b dot tech, btech, btech batch number 2022 batch. Okay. So you can see here. So for that, it's going to be taken up. Okay. Now, if you want to shift the legend, so sir, it is like top of it, right? How to make it proper aligned. So inside this itself, we have, and see here. You can see here. So now I have to place my string. I can give like a, whether you want to place at the up left or a upper right or a low left or a low right. So you can give this parameter also. So which kind of string you want to pass, either a center I have to display, so or a upper center or a lower center or a center left side or a center right side. So many options are there. You can pass that options inside that. So I can give as a best. Best is nothing but always 0. So what we have given by default is going to be best. Now if you want to go with the upper right, I can give the code location as a 1. So here I can pass like a 1. Okay, it is not okay. Okay, got it. I think so. I have to pass with a code. So here, if you want to shift the position wise, okay, inside the legend. It's here. Either you can give like a upper left or a lower right, or like that you can write it, or you can give as a code. I think the location code you can give as a like that. So as of now, just will take as a upper right. Let's see it's working or not. So upper right, so position argument followed keyboard argument. What parameter we have to pass? Okay, I think so. Light access. Oh, okay, okay. We have to use a location. So RC, so legend dot location default you'll be having this. So best will be there. So upper, and for the legend location, we can use LOC. Yes, you can see the LOC. Just you can see here. Actually, even I forgot it how to bring out. Okay, just nothing but I have did already long back. I did much thing will not be using this. You can see here lock is nothing but already yesterday we have discussed about this lock. But even though fine. So lock is nothing but which direction you want to lock. So you want to lock in the left side or right side up, left side up, or out of the border. Whatever might be there, you can use this lock. So just whatever you want to learn more about this, just you can click on Shift plus Tab. Just click plus one by one. They'll tell you what you want to give. So we can discuss about like we are going with the position, right? I can give that position also now. Lock 6, I'm telling. You can see here it has been locked the 6th one. Suppose I'm giving as a 10, I think so center point is going to be 10. So 5 I'll give. So you can see it is moving one by one. I'll give as a 2. So 2 is here. Okay. So I'm giving as a 15. Going to be out of my position. So 10 is going to be the highest value. Suppose I'm giving as 11 also, there is no value for that position. So maximum position I can place for the 10. 10 belongs to the center. Okay. So this everything you can do one by one as you wish. So this is how the bar will work and the pie will work. Now last one is nothing but, so if you want to go with a data frame, so I said you with the pandas directly. Other than that, you can go with a data frame like this. So based on the bar only, so you can see here what you were asking, sir. You're telling like I have to print that numbers directly in place of printing the percentage. So that also I'll show you. So here I'm giving as a data frame. So here is going to be 218 and 2K19, 2K20, and I've given some value. So totally I have to go with a 3 diagrammatic viewpoint. So you can use a subplot or you can use like this. So everything you can give in the dictionary. Okay. So now inside that dictionary, I will be passing all the value because we know what is dictionary. So key. So key is nothing but 18 and value is going to be this. Key is going to be 19, value is going to be this. So like this, you can do it one by one. Index also. So now index is nothing but this down, Django, etc. etc. So this we are printing based on the down value that we can tell as a x tick. We are using there as a x text. Here we are using like a dictionary part. So either you can go in that way or you can mention in this way to figure out. So I'll be using a float. So for the float, it just belongs to the inside this float. We have a kind is equal. I'm giving as a bar. I have to figure out, and my figure size should be in the 15,8. So what is 15,8? That difference. Suppose I'm giving as a 15, 15 I'm giving. See how does it works? This values. It takes that value accordingly. 15, 15 it takes. I don't want 15, 15. I need to go with the less value. Suppose I'm giving as a 3. Okay. You can see here that the height has been decreasing and increasing. So figure size. So my figure size should be less or figure size should be more. So that is going to be based on the 15 is nothing but you can give as 20 also. So 20 is nothing but you can see that figure size. It is increasing. Okay. So figure size based on the vertical wise and the horizontal wise. So it is going to be filter based on that. Same thing if you want to give a title, we have discussed, and the label and X label also we have discussed. Now last thing in the matplotlib is nothing but horizontal, sorry, last is nothing but histogram. So what is histogram? So histogram is nothing but we have to compare like a pin wise. So if you want to compare something based on the value, like suppose how many people how many women are there in the class, how many men are there in the class. Okay, so like that, if you want to test based on the diabetics, or if you want to go with the medical field, yes, so how many women are visiting hospital for this much hours, or what is the duration of it. So if you want to go with any category, this is a comparison. So the histogram will provide that kind of features. You can pin it easily. So one thing you have to remember: bar chart we know, pie chart we know, histogram. These three are major to major to be knowing based on the floating wise. So now what is happening here? Just I'll go with the, when you're going with the bar chart, we have used a method name called as or a function name called as a bar, bar. So for the same thing for the pie chart, we have used the pie, pie we have used. So for the histogram, we'll be using a function name called as hist. That's it. Yeah. So now sugar, I'll be going with a blood underscore sugar. So these are the some percentage I'm trying to give. Okay. So from this value, I have to go with the draw the histogram. So now I'm passing that blood underscore sugar, and width is going to be this much. Okay. So by default, number of the pin is set to the 10 only. So you'll be having, what is that pin? So I'll tell you about that pinning. Other than the pinning, just leave that pinning. I'll remove this, or remember the statement. By default, pin is going to be, it will set as a 10. I don't want 10. If you want to modify also, we'll try to modify it. So how to modify? How to modify? Okay, we'll discuss that. So first one, just will copy this, because again typing is very difficult because n number of values are there. So this is going to be the output. Now don't want to focus more on here. So this is nothing but taking some value like 113 is there, and here also we have a 130, sorry, 129. So it shows like that much of stuff. So leave that. So now how to differentiate it one by one? By using the pin. If you're pinning it, it will be comfortable to you. So it is not pinned properly. That is a problem. It is displaying like this. If you're pinning, I'll display properly what kind of data you want to provide. Yeah. So we'll go with the pin parameters, because in the histogram, interesting is going to be this only. So how to pin it? Because main, when you're going with the neuron categories, we'll use this. So pin parameter. So what is pin parameter? Very simple. Inside the PLP dot HIST histogram, inside this you'll be having many parameters. You can see here, first one itself, after the X we have a pins. So we have a X pins range, we have density is there, weight, bottom is more important, where you want to give a bottom value like a next to your image. If you want to place it, or left side or right side, I can do one by one. So now you can see here what kind of type you want. I need a type called as a bar. By default, you will be having a bar. If you want to change it, you can change it. Alignment. So alignment is going to be by default. Mid will be there. If you want to change it, I can change it. So now color is there, label is there, etc. etc. So now if how to use it, or if you want to know something about what is pin, so you can see here some kind of pin explanation is given here. So what is that? If pin is a sequence, it defines the pin edge. So how that edge is going to be, that typical small edge, how does it work? So the including the left edge of the first pin and the right edge of the last pin. So I have to compare, because this two, based on this two blocks only, how can I draw it? Now inside this, I'll try to pass my blood underscore sugar, and I'll go with the R width. So width we know very clearly what is the use. Now I'll go with the R width. So because of right, so I'll go with the right width is equal to 0.5. Yeah. Next, I'll use a pin. So for the pin, we have to use a pins. So pins equal to, I'll give as a 5. So after giving 5, I'll try to give plt dot show. Now can you see, compared to the previous one, can you see it is properly pinned? Pinned is nothing but 5 5 it is pinning. Suppose you are giving as a 10 here. By default 10 only will be there. I don't want 10. I need to go with a 100. You can see here, this is how it will work. I don't want 5 is nothing but that much of pinning will be happen. So how many is that? Just count 1 2 3 4 5, just 5. So now in the set of value I don't want everything, I need to pin only 5. So this is how the histogram works. Suppose you need a value as 7, so it will give you as a 7. Just count it. So maximum I have only 6, so it is printing because maximum like values it is estimating automatically. So based on your estimation it's printing one by one. I need to go with a 7. So suppose you want to go with a 8, it's up to you. You can give 8. So if you're giving as a 8, up to that 7 value I can print it. Suppose if you're giving as a 9, I think so all the values will be get printed. Okay. So now that printing can be happen as you wish. 3 means it will print only 3 value. So 5 means up to the max 5 it will print. Now, so now what else we have in the pinning, or what we are doing in the pinning? So pinning is nothing but from which value to which value you are predicting. To measure that only we are going with this pin. Okay. We'll explore more in the pin. Suppose I have to give a label for it. So X label belongs to what? So X label I'm giving as a X label. I have to give name as sugar level. These are the estimating for the sugar level. I'll give us a sugar level. And same thing PLT dot I'll be using as Y label. So for the Y label, what is the purpose of Y label? Number of patients. How many patients are there? So to take a count, I'll go with the number of patient. Now I have given. Now I'll give a title for this. So if you want to give a title, we have discussed already. Same thing for every floating chart, you can use this. So now I'll go with it is completely based on the blood chart. So blood chart I'll give. Now I'll be using PLT dot histogram, so HIST. So for this HIST, first I have to take my blood underscore sugar value, then I have to pin it. So now for the pinning value, I'll try to give some different value. Suppose you have to pin for 80 and 100, 125. Just see what is happening. You will understand quickly when I'm executing this. So 80, 100, 125 and 150 is there. So see how it will pin. I'll give my R with WITH as 95. I'll have given as a 95. And my color also I'll give. So color is equal to which I need in the yellow color. Okay. Next I have to draw that. So next is going to be PLT dot I'll give as a show. So bugs are there where we have, so okay, we are given as the pins. Okay. Now we can see here how it is pinned. Complete, it's not right. How it is pinning? 80 to 100 one value, 80 to 100 one pinning, 100 to 125 one pinning, 125 to 150 one pinning. Suppose you are making now this width as in place of 95, just give 0.5, 0.95. You can see the changes, small changes. So how it is pinning? From 80 to 100 one category, 100 to 125 one category. You can see here after 120 only, here we have 125. So it is spinning here. Next, this pinning is nothing but from 125 it will start. So from 125 to 150. This is how the pinning will work. Okay. So the same thing, if you want to increase the value to 200, you can see here it will increase it to 200. From where? From 150. I have 150 here. From 150 to 200 it will pin. The pin is nothing but starting and the ending value. So based on that, my pinning will work. Same thing, 5 is nothing but same. So 5 it will pin. So from here to here one pinning, from here to here one more pinning. So it will take that particular range value, then it will take. So here we are giving some list of value so that it's pinning accordingly. Now if you want to go with the multiple data, so you want to go with the how many men are there or how many women are going to take up with help of histogram representation means. So same thing, I'll give here no other changes. So for the woman, I have to give some set of values. So I'll be using like blood, sure, like a underscore for the men, and is equal to, I'm giving some set of values. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Upper sir one. Okay. Okay. ठीक है भैया. So now min value will give as a 113, and I'll give as a 85 and 90, 150 and 90. Some value I'll do 90 already we are given. I'll give as 88. Some value I'm giving. Okay, no worry, just we'll go with some values and we'll try to figure out. So same thing, blood underscore in place of men, I'll go with the woman. So how many women are there? I'll try to figure out with the value 67 people, and here we have 90. Day one wise, day two wise, I'll go like that. So 120, and next is going to be 118. Next I'll give as a 50. Yeah. Now next is nothing but how to figure out. So same what we did in the previous, same thing we'll try to give here. So in case of passing this blood underscore sugar underscore, you have to pass men first. Then we have to pin what? So pinning actually not needed. So just okay, pin is needed because some difference we need. So blood I'll give as next is nothing but woman. So pin the value. So we have pinned it already. We have pinned. So let it be as it is. So now my color, if it is a Y, if you are giving common color, if you are giving, what happened? This will give you a different style of show. So I'll give as a dot show. And see here what kind of multiple value are given, where you have pinned it accordingly. So multiple value are given, fine. How can I give that color for it? How can I show the differentiation? Not possible. So after pinning, just remember, after pinning all those values, just take up to 150 sufficient. After pinning, you are given the which size color. So now in this color, in place of giving yellow, we have to give two colors. So one color is for the men representation, I'll give as a green. One more representation as a orange for the woman. Orange for the woman. Next, label I have to give because you are telling like green belongs to the men, orange belongs to women. How the others will watch it? By using the label. So I'll be using a label is equal to first color. So first color belongs to the men, men. I'll give, and second label belongs to the woman. Okay. So here also we have a value error. So what kind of value error? Okay, here we are giving with we have to give square bracket because we are taking this two as a one set. So blood sugar underscore men separate set, blood sugar underscore sugar underscore men and woman as a it is a combination of two values. So if you're giving with a comma, so it is separating. I don't want to go separate. This two belongs to the one group because based on this 113 and 67, these are the 1 day count. So now you can see here it has been pinned. And based on your values, you can change it. Suppose my value is going to be 185. You can see that changes 185. Suppose 198. You can see that color changes. So like this, you can give the value. So based on your values only, it is going to be figuring out. And here also, if you want to use a legend also, you can use, because you can see here, sugar level is going to be this much, it is displaying. And here we are displaying with the number of patients. That is also possible. And before that, if you want to give the legend also, yes, it is possible to give. Because if you are showing with a legend, so that people those who are viewing your chat, they can understand. So legend. So you can see a green belongs to the men and a label that is one more yellow belongs to the woman. We are able to filter it. Okay. So based on this, we can figure out your answers. So whatever value you are giving, yes, it accept, and you can give by using the numpy also if you want to give. We can use NumPy and you can give it. Yeah, so this is about the histogram. So in the histogram, what are things are there? So just try to go ahead. So pin is important, so I have to end up with the pin range. This is about the range I said. So here we are giving some value. So 1135. So even you can use a range to give some set of ranges. So next we can go with a bottom. So next we can go with one by one. Try to explore more. So that's about the final idea. So now what is final thing? So just we'll recap what we are doing up to now, what we discussed. I think so we have to just revise at least for 5 to 10 minutes. So exactly we have one more 10 minutes, no issue. So in the from the beginning, did I share that code? No, I have not shared. One second. Okay, so just see here. So from the beginning, 1 minute, just give me a minute.
Hi, Karnish. Able to hear me?
Yeah, ma'am, audible, audible.
Yeah, just now I'm in traveling in the bus.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway, if possible, I will switch on the camera.
I think so.
I Hmm, okay. Anyway, yeah, people are successfully completing advanced Python today. So, how was the session? I met you last week. Anybody would like to share anything? My dear
Hello,
team.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you want, yeah, tell me, Sarvesh. You want to say anything?
yes, ma'am. This
Yeah. Hmm.
entire complete session has been really informative. I got to learn many things that I probably will not be able to learn in
Okay.
as much detail as Paramesh sir is explaining it to us.
Okay. Sure.
He went really slow and it was fine. I was able to cope up with everything. I learned many new things.
That's really interesting. Guys, if you really want keen and listening to Paramesh once again, we have a 1 month internship program. It starts on Tuesday. Okay, another batch. This first batch is already started, internship batch for AICT internship actually. We have clubbed it AICT and it's a nominal cost per month. It may be go up to 1.5 months also. It's like that internship we are providing. If you are interested, you can join. That from the basic to advanced, we are planning to give a project kind of thing. If anybody in the team interested, you'll be getting a certificates also, assessment also. You can join that program if you are interested. And as well as like if you have any credentials for your credits for your curriculum, you can go ahead with this. Yeah, there's a message I would like to tell you. And Sarvesh said the feedback. Anybody else would like to share the feedback about the training? My dear end minds, can you share? Yogesh is there, Dr. Maharaja is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
how was the session?
it's been wonderful, ma'am. I told you that day also.
Yeah, true.
Many things, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I need one more course,
Yeah, tell me.
using it for analytics, using Python for analytics. I learned already, but I forgot.
Oh, but this one I told you know that internship only we are doing right now. Hmm.
No,
So,
not in
survey.
easy.
Okay, Sarvesh name. Oh, Jai Surya. Okay, okay, okay. Jai Surya, you were asking the doubt about internship, no? Earlier. You text me, right? That Jai
Yes,
Surya?
ma'am. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that one, no. That internship, no, it is starting from the basic to advanced level we are going. That is
Okay.
all engineering students are attending the program. And that is a mandate for them to attend the internship. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, it is already one batch started. Probably that was a 10th batch of Python. And the 11th batch we are launching on 19th July. It goes up to a month. Probably August mid only it will end. But evening, same time only, 6:45 to 8:15 only we are making. That's the thing. Okay. So in the name of Sarvesh, you have joined us. So that's the reason I called you Sarvesh only. Okay. Malini, is there anything you want to share? Malini? Malini, are you there? Stephen sir, Maimuna, uh,
Mm,
hi.
the session was really nice. I was able to understand everything. So Parmesa explained it very in an understandable way.
Yeah, fine. Actually, Paramesh, it is the 9th batch for him. That too, and he is a very dedicated teacher, I could say. He'll put heart and soul in the training. That's the reason he is handled. See, I'm always stick on like Paramesh handles, I'll get 100% result oriented training. That's the reason I'm allocating all batches Paramesh only. Yes. Stephen, anything, Stephen sir? Okay, busy. Who else there in the meeting? I could see. Since I have connected through mobile, I could view only one screen. Hmm, how many people are there? Oh, only this much. Okay. Why is 15 around 15 people have registered? Only 6 or 7 only continuing fully. Since we are providing recording, you people are missing the session cool. Okay. Anyway, thank on behalf of Inspire and team and can we give a big round of applause for Parmesh sir as a token of our affection? Yes. Can you unmute and can you give a big round of applause for him? Yes. It's really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is a token of our gratitude towards the master. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Paramesh. As usual, you're rocking.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And thank you, dear team. See you in the next batch. Probably, in the internship after that, we have a Django workshop we are planning. Obviously, in Java and web development also, web development also we are planning for internship later. Maybe after this Python gets over, we'll keep you posted. So be in touch with Inspire and do support us. Okay. Bye all. Good day. Happy weekend.
Bye.
And one more information. Wait. Actually, there are two certificates you are going to receive. One is you are going to have an assessment. Since my guys are busy in the project, you will be getting assessment questions tomorrow or day after that final assessment. I will be sharing you the link. You have to complete the test. Immediately, the certificate will be generated. Above 40%, you will be getting the certificate final assessment. Apart from that, we have one more certificate, that is a course completion certificate. Once you fill up the feedback form, probably within a couple of days, we will be export the data and send it to your mail. So the two certificates you will receive, but don't force me. We are busy with other activities also. Within like before Wednesday of upcoming week, you will be receiving two certificates, and probably within Sunday I will be sharing you that assessment problems. Okay. The thing is like one slot you have to attend the test, 40 minutes of test. So if you are skipping that one and if you are going out, it will mark only 0. So one slot you dedicate yourself and attend the test, 40 minutes. Okay. And suppose so only one time it will be accepting your mail ID. Suppose if you got a 0 by accidentally with the network issue, You can reappear with another mail ID only. Okay, that is one option I can give you. And apart from that, this is a message from my end. So don't pressurize us since we are held up with many batches. Before Wednesday, coming Wednesday, you will be receiving your certificates. Okay, and I'll be sharing the link in our group, feedback link. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for connecting us. Bye bye. Happy weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah. So that's, as I said already from the beginning, so you'll be having an assessment. It's like a based on, don't want to write any code. It's like a completely based on MCQ type. So code will be there, options will be there. You have to predict the output, or a theoretical ways, or a fill in the blanks question will be there. So be prepared with the pandas very clearly, and NumPy and matplotlib. So in the data visualization, few key, like parameters we have discussed, right? So try to be aware of that. What are things? So we have given a time. So tomorrow we have exact time. So try to revise tomorrow also. Sunday only you'll be receiving the test link. Okay. So we have a time to revise everything. So from the day one, I'm telling about this. So revise everything, be ready, and try to take 100 out of 100. Don't even be less than 90. At least we're scoring more than 90. That validity will be there for you. So because you will be receiving a two certificate, course completion as well as the this person. Just mark what you are trying to score. If it is a more than 40%, it will be providing you the certificate. So if it is less than 40, it will not be generated. So in place of getting 50, 60, 70, try to hit more than that. So that what certificate you're getting, it shows the validity, and based on that again you can improve. So if you have one certificate in your hand, so doesn't mean that you will be knowing everything. So what are the certificate you have in your hand? Suppose you have a whatever certificate completion you have, so doesn't mean that all the thing you know. Few things, if you have a certificate, it's a benefit for you. So you can learn. If you're not doing now well, later on you can learn very properly and you can do it rocket. So this also one option is there. So try to do well. Okay, so be in touch with everyone. So because Inspire, we are trying to organize different programs. So try to be in touch, and if you have any recommend, like I need like a what sir said, so I need like a based on the analytics, or I need based on the Java course, or I need to go with Django, or if I want to go with web development. So if you have any suggestion, try to bring a touch in the same group, or try to bring personally to the Karthik Banu ma'am, so that she'll try to reply you. And based on the count only, we can make a group. So if it is less than 10 and all, we cannot make a group. So that if we can see, we'll try to advertise it. Then if count is good, we'll try to carry on. So generally, whatever you have it, try to speak frankly, so that even we can have that idea. So in the, if this time if it is not happening, in the next time we can bring it. Okay. So fine. Until this, Parmeshji, thank you so much, and thanks a lot for being a part of Inspire. So hope you have enjoyed the session. I hope you learned what you are not knowing before. Now you learn, I think so. Okay. So don't skip it, and don't try to drop anywhere. Try to continue. It's not going to be the end. It's not completely we have viewed. I am telling frankly, whatever we are discussed, it's not 100%. Yeah. So just a path I have opened you. So to I have pushed you into the path. So from that mid path, try to carry on, try to beat, and try to be strong and beat. Okay? So just NumPy, pandas, and matplotlib. This is the most important thing for the data science, deep learning as well. Okay? So then if after this, what you have to do, if you don't have any idea, sir, I have learned these three. Okay, fine. What is the next I have to do? So if you don't have any idea also, ping me personally. We'll try to connect in a call personally. I'll tell you what is the next step also. So, and let me know what kind of things you are doing, whether you're working somewhere as a developer, or you're doing like a master's or a bachelor, or you completed your PhD, or working as a assistant professor or a professor in any other organization. You want to learn only for the research oriented. For that, what kind of things you want to learn? So this kind of guidelines I have, I'll try to help you out. I cannot tell all the time I can be supportive, but how much ever I have my clarity, I'll give you. If not, I should ask with my seniors or a professors, then I have to give you the clarity. If I'm knowing, frankly, I'll tell I'll be knowing. If not, just I'll put a word as knowing or not knowing. Yeah. So fine. Until this, Parmeshji, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy, all the best. Okay, do well. If you have any doubt, ping me personally. Whenever I'm getting time, sure, I'll try to be in touch with you.
Sir, Paramesh, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Just 2 minutes, sir, if I can share my screen.
Yeah, sir, you can do it.